Hello, everybody. Well, I'm going live for the first time on YouTube. um, I don't currently have any viewers, but hopefully, eventually, those who are meant to come will come, and those who are meant to see this will see this. But this was something that was on my spirit today. Well, it just came on my spirit within the last couple of hours or so. So I decided to go live and talk about this subject about beliefs and how they can help you or block you. Now, first and foremost, let's talk about what beliefs really are. Beliefs are really, things that have been conditioned into your mindset, usually from a very, very young age. Once we're born, we automatically start grasping onto beliefs from our loved ones, from our families, from our friends, and from experiences. And a lot of these beliefs can either be detrimental or they can be helpful. Okay, let me see where I'm going with this because I hadn't wrote anything down. I'm just flowing from spirit right now. Okay, now give an example of a belief that could help you out. A belief that things are going to always work out for me. That would be a very positive belief that will help you. An example of a belief that will block you is the direct opposite of that previous belief I stated. To believe that, life is bad. Things are going to get worse. Looking at the economy, things seem to be getting worse, and I believe things are going to get worse. Okay, now that belief there can block you tremendously. Okay, and see, the thing about beliefs that can be very tricky for some is the fact that, when you surround yourself with people, 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, let me restate that, 10 times out of 10, these people are going to gravitate towards you because they are on the same wavelength as you. They are of the same vibration as you. So if they themselves have limiting beliefs, okay, 9 times or 10 times out of 10, when you come together, you're going to discuss these negative beliefs. Thus, you will perceive, okay, stay with me. You will perceive that these negative beliefs are true. Okay. And they are true. They're true for you and they're true for the individual that you are engaged in conversation with. Okay. Like attracts like. So if this individual has been having a hard time and has been financially unstable, and you yourself have been having a hard time and financially unstable, you too, okay, will begin to discuss these things with each other, forming a bond, okay, and then planting those beliefs even deeper within your mind and within your spirit. Okay, you are going to find instances where this has happened to you guys numerous of times. Oh, this happened to me last year. The economy was bad and we lost crops, or we lost business, or, y'all are going to engage in this conversation while all the while you are planting more seeds of more lack. Okay, stay with me. You're going to be planting more seeds of more lack. And when this is happening, these people don't know that that's what they're doing. They're just making conversation. They're just finding someone who has something in common with them. Okay. And finding someone who has something in common with you when you are at a lackful vibration, or you are filled with beliefs that are blocking you, all you're doing is reinforcing that blocking. Okay, so stay with me here. Now, the way to turn that around is to, first of all, renew your mind. for yourself. Okay. Once you renew your mind, and what I mean by renewing your mind is you're going to start planting seeds of more helpful thoughts. You know, turn away from those thoughts that said, oh, things were bad and things are getting worse. Instead, say things like, okay, well, things might not be what I want them to be right now, but they can get better. They can get better. Things can get better. There are so many examples of prosperity and things being better for people out there. You can also focus your attention on that. Okay, well, things are pretty good for them, so they can be good for me too. Okay. Now, once you have completely embedded these positive beliefs in your mind, believing that things can get better for you, you will notice that you will start attracting a different type of people. Okay. You will start attracting people who are more believing that things are going to work out for them as well. Now you have someone that you can talk to about these things, further reinforcing your positive beliefs. Okay. Now, you can make it hard on yourself if you try to continue to hang with the people who you hung with before, who are still stuck in that limiting belief mindset, because they will always try to pull you back into that limiting belief mindset, because you have to remember that is where they are still at. Okay. This is an individual job. Okay. You cannot do anyone else's work for them. You can, however, lead them to the water. As the analogy says, you can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make them drink. Okay. You can lead them to the water. You can, continue to try to be encouraging to this person. You can tell them, things can get better for you, but it's up to them for them to believe it for themselves. Okay. Is what I'm getting at now. And if they don't believe it for themselves, don't beat yourself up. It's not your fault. You're not doing anything wrong, because sometimes we can get caught up in, this is my friend and I want them to succeed. And maybe it's, the way I'm trying to bring the message across, they're not getting it. It's me. No, it's not you. It's just that it's not their time. They're not meant to understand it at this time. Eventually, they will come to an understanding. And that is what I am still experiencing myself. I have to remember that not everyone is on the same level that I am at. And there was a time where I wasn't at the level that I'm at, and I didn't know what I know now. So, I'm thankful that I know what I know now. And I'm thankful that things are turning around in my life. And I feel a great, a great calling on me to reveal, how I got to where I am, because I'm still growing and I'm still, evolving, which is going to be constant. I do not hold myself in any superiority over anyone else. I do believe that we all have infinite power. Every single human being, every single life on this earth has unlimited power, unlimited potential for success and happiness and everything else. Whether they know it or not, that is the key. Once we all get to the point where we're awake, and what I know is awake for me means that your power, you can. You can have, be, do, and have anything that you want. That to me is what awakening means. You awaken to your true power, your true potential, and you release all those negative beliefs that have held you down in the past. And your eyes are open. Your eyes are now open to see the error of the past and how it made all of manifestations that happened in the past happen. I see now where my lack of finances came from in the past. My grandmother raised me, she didn't have a big income. She was not wealthy, and she made it quite clear that we were not rich. We are, just barely getting by, just enough to make it. She made that very clear. That was installed into me as a child. So as in growing up, I held on to a lot of her beliefs. Her beliefs transferred onto me. Now I believe that, I'm barely making it, this is the way it is, it's hard out here. The economy is so bad. And, that those seeds were planted back then. And no, I'm not trying to blame her. She didn't know any better. It's all a cycle. I'm pretty sure her mother did it to her. Her mother's mother did it to her. And it just goes on and on and on until someone wakes up and breaks the cycle. Okay. Now, there are so many ways to implant new beliefs. There are so many ways to be and do anything that you desire. And a lot of times we will not believe it because we can't see a physical way to get us from point A to point B. Our logical mind is often a stumbling block. We don't understand the way that the universe, God, the creator, works in mysterious ways. Okay. There are infinite amount of ways to get you to where you want to be. And oftentimes we can only see one or two ways. And those one or two ways we see with our logic, we see it as, okay, this can't happen. Okay. How is this going to happen? Okay. Okay. Now you have to get out of the mindset of how. You have to completely let that go. How? It doesn't matter how. Okay. Once you just lightly touch at what you want, and you lightly touch, what I mean by lightly touch, oh, that would be nice. For instance, that would be nice. Well, it would be nice to go on a trip to Hawaii. That would be nice. That'd be really nice. I would enjoy that. I would enjoy the sand and the water and just everything about it, picking up the little seashells and just enjoying the breeze and just enjoying the serenity of the water and just the whole scenery, and lightly touch on it like that. And then just let it go. Like, okay, then you go on to something else. You go on to your house chores or your work or watching a movie or whatever it is that you want to do, without being bogged down on, well, how would I get to Hawaii? I don't have the money. I can't take off work. I mean, gosh, I need my job and I need all the hours I can get. So I can't see how this and that. You see how that goes? Once you that's a trap. Don't fall for that trap. Just lightly touch on it. Like I said previously, just lightly touch, lightly. And it's just like, just let it fly by. Let it fly by, and don't worry about it. Don't get to like, oh, well, it's just a fantasy. Not going to happen. Once you start getting into all that, you're already shooting yourself in the foot. You're already blocking your blessing. A lot of times we block our blessings before we can even fully describe our blessings. We begin to block it. It's like you can start thinking about Hawaii. And as soon as you start thinking about the water, you haven't even got 5 seconds into the thought and the feeling of it to where you're already blocking it. A lot of times we mess ourselves up like that. But start small. Start small is the key. Start small. Believe something small. Believe something that you can believe. Once you believe something that you can believe, it's like it's that plant seeds for more belief. You feel me? Plant seed like, okay, something that you can get. I would like those movie tickets for the movie that just came out. I would like to go see that movie, and then just let it go. Anything can happen. Like somebody could call you up later on that day and be like, yo, want to go to the movies? But at the same time, you have to remember that you've done this. Okay. Remember that you've done this. Remember that you planted this seed, because if you remember you planted this seed, it will also help you. You can't chunk it to chance either. You can't just say, oh, well, that was going to probably happen anyway. My friend loves going to the movies. They 9 times out of 10 was going to call me up for a movie. Okay, well, if you can't convince yourself with that, give yourself another test. Okay, test yourself. Test yourself to know that you are God. You feel me? Okay, give yourself another test. Okay, well, I want to see a blue butterfly. See it in your mind. I see a blue butterfly. I want to see a blue butterfly. Okay, let it go. Okay, and you are going to definitely see that blue butterfly. Believe it or not, you're going to see that blue butterfly. And the more you do it, the more you can't chunk it to chance. It's like, okay, well, I manifested the movie. Then I see a blue butterfly, you know, and wow. And I just thought about, I want to see a blue butterfly. Now I seen a blue butterfly. Okay, you see the blue butterfly. Now, if you're real hard-headed, that's probably still not going to be enough for you. So, okay, test yourself again to know that you're God. Okay, check it. And I know some people probably have a problem with God, but you know, that's just the way I put it for myself. You can put it any way you want to fit whatever you believe, you know, to test yourself to know that you're powerful, to test yourself to know that you are a creator, to test yourself to know that you can have confidence in you. Okay, check it. Okay, you say, okay, well, I got the movie ticket, got the blue butterfly. I still don't really believe this. You know, I think it's just coincidence. You know, a lot of people say coincidence, whatever, chance. There's no such thing. It all happens because you're believing it. It all happens because you speak it into existence. Okay, now you say, think of something you don't really see often. Okay, you don't really see often. So, like something that's kind of rare, but something that's not really hard. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to think of something for an example for me, and you can use this example, the same thing for yourself, or you could think of something for yourself. But okay, let's see. Well, in my neighborhood, it's a really nice neighborhood. I know I don't see a Lamborghinis around here, even though it's a pretty rural area, you know. So I can say, well, I want to see a Lamborghini, you know, or, you know, whatever. And maybe I don't even see it on TV a lot. You know, it's something that I don't see often that I can't chunk to coincidence. Okay. And then you can specify a specific type so you can't get it wrong. So it's like not only a Lamborghini, but I want the Lamborghini to be lime green with a black stripe. Okay. So now when you see this Lamborghini with the black stripe, you can't chunk it to chance because you described exactly what you want to see. You want to see this lime green Lamborghini with a black stripe. Guarantee you're going to see it. Now, you could, as you continue, and if that still doesn't convince you, use another one. There is no limit to how many things the universe will do or God will do, or that you yourself, when I speak of the universe, I'm speaking of the inner you. I'm speaking of you to the core, not just this shell, because this skin, this flesh is a shell, but your spirit. The spirit is unlimited, okay? Unlimited. Now, you can ask as many of these questions as you want. It doesn't matter. It does not matter how many times you have to see. But the thing is for you to get your belief up to the top level you can get it. Then you can start asking for the bigger things. You start asking for the bigger things because you already know. You're like, okay, well, this came to me. That came to me. This could come to me too. Well, that came to me. That came to me. Well, this could come to me too. It's a process. You know what I'm saying? It is a process. I have manifested numerous things, big, small, medium. You know, sometimes I'll just do it just to do it. You know what I'm saying? Just to see, just to see, you know, how awesome life is, just to see how much in control I really am. You know, it never ceases to amaze me. It never ceases to amaze me. It's like, wow, I did that. Whoa, let's see what else I can do. That was fun. That was really, really fun. I want to share with you guys a manifestation that I gave myself one day. I was just feeling so blissful, and I was just so in love with life. Like, I mean, I am now, but it was just like super, super amplified. Like, I just felt so good, right? And I go outside, and in my back of my mind, all I'm thinking is like love, love, love. Like it could have been like a fairy tale movie or something like I felt like I was living in at the moment. But I was just like, all this love was just all in the air. And it wasn't like, it was just love in general. You know what I mean? Like I just was loving every aspect of life. Like the trees, the sky, the people walking by. I didn't even know them personally. It was just like love. I just felt like love oozing from me, right? And all of a sudden, my attention was drawn to the sky, okay? Like super drawn to the sky. And I was in anticipation, like I knew I was going to see something. I couldn't say what I was going to see. I didn't know what I was going to see, but I just knew I'm going to see something. You know, that is a belief. That itself is a belief. So I'm looking and I'm just waiting in anticipation for what I'm going to see. And guess what I seen? A beautiful manifestation of lovely birds gathered. I mean, it was so, it was like it was orchestrated. Okay. Literally. It was like an orchestration of beauty. These birds flew in like a formation and they were dancing in the sky. And then they just formed into a huge heart. Literally. I'm not making this up. They formed into a huge heart just for me. Because I felt love. I just felt love oozing from me that whole morning. Like I felt so good. And I looked in anticipation for the demonstration of what I was feeling. And there it was. Just beautifully orchestrated just for me. I'm not sure if anyone else seen it. I wasn't really concerned. I just knew that I seen it and it felt even more lovelier than what I already felt. I felt like I could have just bursted from enjoyment. That's how much it was enjoyable. Like, oh my God. So I say this to also bring home a point. You are what you believe you are. I don't care what any of your past, any of the negative things that could have happened to you. I've had negative things happen to me. You know, that's no excuse to continue believing in negativity. Okay? I don't care what has happened in the past. I don't care how much trauma, pain, whatever you've been through. You don't have to continue to feel that. You can let that go. You can actually be in a blissful state. You can actually be enjoyable. You can actually be happy. You can actually have everything you want. And I am believing for you that you will get the desires of your heart. You will get what you want. And I will continue to get the desires of my heart. And I make these videos for myself as well, because I got to give myself pep talks. You know, I got to remind myself, hey, you got this. You done so much. You made it so far. You're going to keep on doing it. You're going to keep on going. You're going to keep on growing. And you can have whatever you want. I mean, this whole world belongs to us. Everything that is created was created for us. Okay, the whole universe, the whole earth, the whole galaxy, it's created for us, you know, for us, for our enjoyment, for our pleasure. And you know, and for us to notice the beauty of it, you know. I mean, there's so much beauty in the world, man. And you know, you have some people that just focus on the negative, and the negative compared to the positive is very small. It's like a crumb if you really think about it. But if you're so enveloped in the negative, it seems like the negative is everywhere. But I noticed that, you know, I was once there. I was enveloped in the negative, and it seemed like everywhere I looked, it was negative, negative, negative. Somebody got killed. Somebody got beat up. Somebody got robbed. Somebody got shot. Somebody this, somebody that. When I was in that life, that's all I seen. But once I started seeing the positive, guess what? Now all I see is positive. It's like I see someone helping someone. I see someone getting healed. I see someone getting rich. I see someone getting blessed. I see someone getting married. I see so much positive now. Now it's like everything, only thing that exists to me is positive. And when I see someone or hear someone speaking something negative, it's like foreign language. It's like, what? For real? You mean that still happens? Like, you mean people still killing people? I didn't even know that. I mean, I've been living in a positive life, so I don't even know what you're talking about. So, I mean, that's just another example, a true example from my own experience of things that are happening in my life. And it's amazing how the transformation comes. It's literally a state of mind. It's literally a state of mind. If you live in a state of mind where all you believe in is prejudices, every day you wake up, you're going to see prejudices. You're going to see somebody prejudiced. You're going to experience it yourself, or you're going to see it somewhere close to you all the time. But if you start believing in equality and acceptance and love, guess what? You're going to see that all the time, all around you. You're going to see people smiling at you. You're going to see people laughing with you. You're going to see people talking with you. You're going to see people blessing you. You know what I'm saying? And you blessing them. It's all in your mind. It's all in your mind. It's all in your mind. It's all in. I can't say that enough. I can't say that enough. It's so simple. And people will overlook it because it's so simple. It's so easy. Some people want things to be hard. It's like, oh, if it's not hard, if it doesn't make me sweat, if it doesn't make me have to do this and go in chaos, and it doesn't make me have to be real busy, then it's really not really real, or it doesn't really work. But if it's something simple, as writing the letter A, you know, people be like, oh, that's not gonna work. It's too easy. That doesn't work because it's too easy. You know, it can't be ABC. It has to be like rocket science. It has to be like, oh, you got to get this chromosome and that chromosome, and then you got to do this, then you have to do that, then you have to do this, then you have to do that, then you have to do this. But people are so quick to believe in shit that where you have to have so many different, you know, instructions. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, well, if you want so many instructions, how about I just give you the same instruction 500 times? Believe. It's very fucking simple, man. Excuse my French, but not, you know what? I mean, I don't care. You don't like it, you don't like it. Oh, well. But anyway, I mean, look, it's simple. It's as simple as it's simple. And it's so simple. And it was so simple, like it was a hard time for me to even really grasp it, because I was like, really? That's it? So all this time, I have been living in a way that I didn't want to live. I have been experiencing things I didn't want to experience. And you mean to tell me it was as simple as me changing the way I believed? If you would have told me that 15 years ago, I probably would have laughed at you. I probably been like, nigga, that's not hard enough. It's not hard enough. You know what I'm saying? And it's true. People want shit to be hard. It's like, oh, you got to work hard. You got to do this. You know, everything's have to be so hard. And God never said things would be easy. That's the first thing a lot of people like to say, myself included. Back in the day, I used to say that too. You never said things would be easy. But guess what? He never really said it would be hard either. You know what I mean? I mean, it's simple. We make it hard on ourselves. We block our own blessings. We hurt ourselves, you know what I'm saying, without even really realizing that that's what we doing. You know, I mean, oh my goodness, I'm excited. I am. I'm excited that it's that simple. You know, I'm excited that it's that simple, because even it's so simple that even a toddler can do it. And toddlers do it all the time. They're always, people manifest. Even when you're a baby, you're manifesting. You're born manifesting. You're born with the power to create. OK, so even a toddler can do it. You know, you set a toddler down and they want something, you know, and they believe they're going to get it. Guess what? They're going to get it. They don't have no problems. It's us adults that have the problems with belief, because we've been conditioned so much with so much negativity, while a child's mind is still forming. You know, they still have that pure positive energy that they were born with. They still have the belief system until us adults start teaching them, oh no, you can't have that. We don't have enough money. Or, oh no, you can't do that. That's not the way we do things. You know, that's when they start developing those negative things, and they start believing, well, you know, they start believing in lack. They start believing that they're not worthy. They start believing that they don't have power. You know, us adults take their power, you know, without even really realizing that that's what we're doing. And I mean, whoo, boy. I mean, boy, I'm just saying, you know. I mean, I just had to get that out there, man. I mean, life is really what we make it, literally, in a literal sense. I mean, and for the people who want to bring up things that have happened to children, like negatively, I mean, not necessarily the child themselves asked for that, but you got to think about it. You got to know what kind of belief system the parents had, because beliefs get transferred even in the womb. You know, if this parent went through trauma and they believe that this world is a bad, hideous, scary place, they're transferring those beliefs onto that womb, that baby in the womb. Okay? They're transferring those beliefs onto that infant. You know, if they've been through trauma and they believe that, you know, this is their reality. You know what I mean? 9 times out of 10, their child is probably going to experience that same type of trauma. You know, because if you think about it, people who have, for instance, experienced things such as molestation, it's generational. The parents oftentimes have experienced the same thing. So those same beliefs have been transferred to the child. Okay. Their own fear for that child is detrimenting that child, and they don't even know it. You know, they're living in the fear of things that happen to them. And they're believing at the same time that this could happen to my child. You yourself believing that this could happen to your child is actually harming your child. It's actually planting a seed in the universe that says this child is a target to molestation. This child is a target to hate. You know, it's the same thing with crime against the races. You know, me being a black woman, if I were to raise a child and I'd had people who discriminated against me for my color or caused me harm for my color, I then believe that my child is going to experience this. I'm planting seeds for that child to experience racism, to experience being hurt because of the color of their skin, because I experienced it. And that's not fair to that child. But I myself, not knowing that that's what I'm doing, you know, by having that fear, by having that belief that my child, when they go out because of the skin and color, they're in danger. You know, you are planting that seed of danger for your child and you don't even know it. You know, we have to wake up. We have to wake up. You know, I don't believe that I'm in danger for my color. You know, there was a time where I used to, but I'm coming out of that belief. I believe that I'm blessed and I'm beautiful and I'm loved. And everywhere I go, people will love and respect me. You know, I don't have to worry about being targeted. Okay. And if I were to have a child, I will not implant that fear in that child. Regardless of what my child's skin color is, I'm going to believe that my child will be loved, respected. And my child will have whatever he or she wants ever. You feel me? That is the way to plant positive seeds in your children. You cannot let your past, you cannot let your parents' past, you cannot let your ancestors' past predict your children's present and future. That is what also I want to drive home before I end this video. You cannot let that hinder your present or your future for your generation or your children's generation to come. Okay, we have to literally start planting positive seeds for ourselves and our future generations, because if we don't, then we'll just continue to reap the old harvests from the past. Who wants to continue reaping old harvests from the past that are negative? If anything, if I'm going to reap an old harvest, I want to reap a positive one. Okay, now I mean, and the thing is, it's all about belief. It all boils down to belief, man. If you believe that you're going to get it bad, you're going to get it bad. If you believe you're going to get it good, you're going to get it good. If you believe they're going to get it bad, if their belief system is the same as yours, they'll get it bad too. Because we can believe positively or negatively for others also, but their beliefs also have to coincide with ours. Okay. So if you're believing good for someone who can't even believe good for themselves, it 9 times out of 10, it's not going to happen until they can come to the point to where they can believe good for themselves. Because I can pray for someone until I'm blue in the face that they get something good. But if they are stuck in the negative and thinking that they'll never get anything good, my prayers is not really going to work for them. But I could pray for someone who's neutral, who doesn't really have a negative or a positive belief. And it'll work for them quick, as opposed to someone who's just bogged down in negativity. The thing is to get them to believe. Okay. And if you can't get them to believe, then just chunk it, and just pray that one day that they will believe, they'll come to it. They'll come to it when they do. And in the meantime, continue to pray for yourself, continue to bless yourself, continue to pray for those who can receive it and bless those who can receive it. Because not everybody can receive what you have to give. And that's just what it is, either they do or they don't, but, we have to lead by example, we have to lead by example. And I try to be a positive example as much as I can that, life is good. Life is really, really, really good, man. And I don't care what the news may say. I don't care what the statistics or the scientists or whoever, oh, we're in a bad time. Okay, speak for yourself. You might be in a bad time, but I'm not. I'm not in a bad time. You gotta look back even on history, man. Even when we had financial downs, there were people who were still prospering. How do you explain that? You have some that will probably try to say, oh, well, they were crooked or whatever. That's not always true. Not every one of those people who were making it were crooked. You have people who are making means to an end in very positive ways and are still doing it, even though we're in supposedly in an economic downfall at this moment. You still have people who are prospering. So why not you be one of those people? Okay. Instead of believing in the hypocrisy and believing in the bull crap, of the negativity. You know what I mean? Negativity is like a plague, man. You got to nip that shit in the bud. You got to nip that shit in the bud, man. But, anyway, this is going to be the end of my live. I will hopefully come back very soon. I will come back even if it's not sooner than late, but I will be back because, life is just too awesome. And I have way too much positivity to share. I have way too much, testimonies, man. Oh my goodness, way too many. So, y'all be blessed. Stay up. Believe in the positivity of you. And I promise you'll go far. Peace. Oh, wow. I was trying to figure out how to do this. Okay. Was it that?